Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us today. I'm Jenny Montgomery. What could be better at lunchtime than talking about food and fresh produce? There's a very popular spot in Edgefield County that's hard to miss. Driving into Trenton, South Carolina, you'll find a welcome sight, an oasis of fruits, vegetables, even hand-dipped ice cream. But people come from miles around just for the peaches. The market's busiest time of year is during the Ridge Peach Festival. They'll go through more than 300 baskets of peaches a day during the festival. Customers love those peaches, which are grown right here, and the peach ice cream, cider, salsa, jams and jellies, bread and fritters. And don't forget the delicious fresh vegetables, including my very favorite, squash. Just look for the big red roof. Well, you've known about Sara's for years and years, and we'll talk more about that retail outlet in a few minutes. But first, something brand new is opening this month, Sara's Farm Adventure. Brandon Dawson gives us a preview.
You can't talk about peaches without talking about Titan Farms.
Titan Farms is South Carolina's largest peach operation. In fact, we're the second largest peach operation in the country. We grow 6,000 acres of peaches, about 1,000 acres of vegetables.
Titan Farms is looking to give back even more to the community with an addition to its already popular Sara's Fresh Market.
Sara's Fresh Market is a roadside stand that started over 40 years ago with Miss Sarah Powell outside of her actual Cadillac.
Soon they'll also have Sara's Farm Adventure.
It's an agritourism park. We are going to have a corn maze, a pumpkin patch, flower gardens. We'll also have South Carolina's first pumpkin glow trail. We have games for the children. We have a store and all sorts of things for the kids and the whole family to enjoy.
They hope families have fun and they hope they learn as well.
I feel like what's most important is that they get a sense of appreciation for what's going on in their hometown here in Edgefield County. Agriculture is one of the leading industries in South Carolina, so I think the connection between families and the community to farming and what we're doing out here at Titan Farms and at Sara's Farm Adventure, it brings the community together and it gives them appreciation for agriculture.
Sara's Farm Adventure is sure to bring a lot to Edgefield County.
We open September the 19th at 1 o'clock. We'll be open on Thursdays through Sundays, half days on Thursdays from 1 to 10, and Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
This is going to be huge, and this is going to be a lot of fun, and you will be able to make lasting memories for so many years to come.
Brandon Dawson, WJBF News Channel 6.
So you just saw Wiley Kaltz in that story. She's the marketing specialist for Sara's Farm Adventure. And Wiley, this thing just screams all kinds of fun. I mean, it's kids for sure, but it screams pumpkins, it screams fall, it screams Halloween.
Yes, ma'am.
What a great idea.
Absolutely. But above all of that, it screams education.
Yes.
We
right.
are passionate about advocating for agriculture in our children and youth here in Edgefield County. And we're wanting to bring a sense of, like I said, education to our community by building Sara's Farm Adventure so the kids can come out, learn about peach production, pumpkins, and all of the fruits and vegetables, as well as, you know, for example, we have our combine slide with a little educational piece on that. So with agriculture being one of the leading industries in South Carolina, we want to bridge the gap between the students and their family, the children and their family, and what is actually going on here in Edgefield County.
Well, you know, you raise a really, really good point because we've got to have farmers.
Absolutely.
We've got to have farmers.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
so a way like this to expose children early on, because the food production is so important, that is such a big economic driver for Edgefield County.
Yes, ma'am. And we're also offering field trips Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays during the weeks that we are open. Those are times that we are not open to the public, and we will be offering educational sessions within those field trips as well.
So you're expecting a lot of schools to come and take advantage of this.
Yes, ma'am.
And so when you pull into the area, and we saw you all at the dirt roads and all of this business, they're not necessarily in sort of like the little carnival part.
Right.
They're learning in other parts of this whole big farm adventure.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, the park is surrounded by peach trees and all sorts of other crops in production. And we will be offering, in a few years, we'll have you pick opportunities for that as well.
Oh, that sounds really fun.
Yes,
that
ma'am.
sounds great. Well, your opening is going to be on September 19th.
Yes, ma'am.
That's a Thursday. And what can folks expect for the opening day?
Yes, opening day is going to be so exciting. We have tons of events planned. Actually, on Saturday, or for opening weekend, we'll have a Cody Webb concert.
And Cody Webb is local. He's been on the Jennie Show before. You've seen him right here.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. We'll also have Kicks 99 doing a ticket stop for the guitar pool. We'll have face painters and all sorts of other events for all ages of the family to enjoy.
So what is the fee? Is it tickets to get in?
Yes, ma'am. It's tickets that can be purchased either online or at the gate. They are $19.99 with an additional fee for South Carolina's first Jack-o'-lantern lane.
Oh, the Jack-o'-lantern Lane. So that's seasonal.
Yes, ma'am.
And tell me what Jack-o'-lantern Lane entails.
Yes, ma'am. So Jack-o'-lantern Lane is filled with hundreds of artificial pumpkins that are carved into different scenes, and they are backlit, and that is for our fall season, and we will transfer that to Santa's Southern Lights at Sara's for winter.
Wow. So you've got it. So you'll have that. Are you having hay rides too? Is
Yes,
that part
ma'am.
of
We
it?
will have hay rides.
And then you'll have the whole Christmas element involved.
Absolutely. So we will have tons of Christmas lights going into the winter months.
Oh, well, I think that means we're going to have Sara's Farm Adventure back as we get a little closer to December. Kay Wiley, I'm very excited about all of this, and I
Yes,
wish you
ma'am.
all of the best.
Thank you so
Thanks for
much.
coming and talking to us about it. And when we come back, when we opened the show, we talked about Sara's produce market. We're going to learn the backstory right after the break. Welcome back, everyone. When we opened the show today, we talked a little bit about Sara's produce market and the staple it is in Edgefield County. I mean, when I'm driving up to Spartanburg to see Mama, I have to pull in and get some of that goodness. Karisa Ruth is the Director of Retail Sales. And Karisa, now, first of all, you said retail sales of the several locations. I just think of that one on Highway 25, but you also have stands in other places.
Correct. We have one on Highway 1 going into Aiken right off of exit 22.
Okay.
It's been there about 6 years. And then we have the one that's at the farm, actually at Titan Farms, local sales, which is right outside of my office. So we actually have 3 locations, the one on Highway 25, the original, Aiken, and the farm.
Well, now, when you're talking about the original, what is a little bit of the history? How far back does Sara's go?
Oh, Sara's goes way back. Miss Sara actually started.
So there actually was a Sara.
There actually was a
Okay.
Sara. Her name was Sara Powell, and she and her husband Lamar started Sara's over 40 years ago. But the funny story is she started it out of the back of her Cadillac at Fort Gordon. She worked as a dental hygienist,
Okay.
and she wanted to start selling peaches. So she did so at the fort, and then she got so big, she started opening up little stands along 25. And then about 40 years ago, someone sold her an acre of land where Sara's is located now. And
So it's been there, I mean, our whole lives, right?
it has.
40 years.
It has. It has. We aren't but
We
41.
share a birthday. We
Right.
No, oh, that's amazing.
It is. It is. And then when about 17 years ago, she was ready to hang up her peach basket, and she said there was only 2 people she could think that she'd want to sell it to, and that was Chalmers and Lorianne Carr, and she invited him into her house, and she sold it right there at her kitchen table.
Wow, so it is Titan's retail outlet.
It is.
Now, when we're talking about retail, when you drive by in the summer, you have to stop. I mean, it's terrific. Are there any online sales like for the jams and the sauces and stuff?
Currently,
that
there
are
aren't.
year-round? No.
Currently, there aren't, but we are looking into that for a future endeavor. But currently, there are not.
Okay. So you have to grab that stuff up when you're open.
You absolutely
And
do.
what is your season of selling retail?
So our season is typically Memorial to Labor Day.
Right.
But we are doing strawberries now, so we will open in mid-April, and we'll go to Labor Day weekend.
Really?
Yes.
So strawberries, this is
Yes.
a new thing.
Well, we started with strawberries last year.
Okay.
So we started in mid-April last year, and we went to Labor Day weekend.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So when do you get to go to the stand much yourself? Do you ever go over and just have to get some of the peach ice cream?
Oh, absolutely. We have to sneak over there a couple of times a week and get a little peach and strawberry ice cream.
Is it fun to talk to people who stop by? Because I guess you see people from everywhere.
Oh, absolutely. It has been one of the biggest blessings in my life to continue the legacy of Miss Sara and to carry on the name of Titan Farms, because they're a great farm that bring a lot to the community.
They sure do.
And so it's been a very big blessing in my life. So
And one more thing I want you to know before we wrap up this. You had the idea for the farm adventure that we talked about in the last segment.
Well, not me per se. The farm itself did. They meet every 5 years.
But you started putting little pencil to paper.
Yeah,
And now you're seeing it come to fruition.
Yeah, Mr. Chalmers offered me a job 2 years ago to start researching it and developing it.
Okay.
And he said, go see what all there is to offer. So for 2.5 years, I traveled around the U.S. looking at all the different agritourism parks there are.
Yeah.
And then he said, okay, let's make a drawing. And so I started a drawing, and I would take it back to him, and he'd tweak it how he wanted it, and we'd do it again and tweak it again a little bit, and we'd go to our committee. And so now to see it go from pencil and paper to this is a big blessing.
It's super.
Yeah.
It's super. All right. Thank you so much. Sara's Farm Adventure opens on Thursday, September 19th at 1 o'clock. And as you heard, there'll be all kinds of fun opening day events. Now, the regular hours are going to be Thursdays through Sundays. Thursday from 1 p.m. until 10 p.m. And then on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the hours will be 10 a.m. to 10 p.m.